The wind. It to take, or was it to be unpacked? Packed, it might signify death. The wind. Death, the wind, calculating your lesson. Hast thou learned a thing? The name of a thing. I am still defiant of the presumption as articulated. I passed him in his velveteen jacket, worn elbows. The enculturated elbows of death need patches. Do you want my job, he said, for you are brave. And you are the one different one. How do you know? In your sleep I approach you and you breathe on me as if I were an object. Observable malice. I mean, he said, when you die, that's when you can be me. Spy, then thief, always the one left. But then there's more. I'm too wild, I say. I'm an American. Maybe I'm leaving. For where? Bankrupt in June. Lost identity, lost shortcomings. Work with me. Happened. The language unknown except as a tissue of all sound, sight, and thought, dreamed or not. The unknown man was killed twice last night. And I, the observer and child, awake, disgruntled, but now I'm not sad. Alan, you can let go inside of any moment. Let go of sadness. I think he was supposed to die. Perhaps I finally killed him as a child, as a girl. I never say what one expects. So the language of the tissue of us all is now free not to be analyzed by experts. I am going to smell the language. And can the dead smell? Yes, feel it with my hands too. It's exact, it's never left us, he says. But can't be what you expect. Grass with some gaps there, dirt, and always a fly or a bug nearby. Those white fester flowers too, somewhere inside me, where all that dead man filth was. He isn't a dead man like you. Listen, everyone, the language doesn't need us, we are it, but not like you thought. Not intoning it if you don't have vocal cords dead. I don't, he says, I have great minding. It's to activate it in the thought first in zero, then with lightning or flash. And I have sent you the color of migrant splendor, for it wandered in like a firefly, blinked like a quasar, rubbed up against what you said, but I didn't say it. Yes, you did. You really did kill him. When you dream, you say something to everyone's dream mind. That's how we know each other's secrets. I know all of yours, he, Alan, says. That's why I'm letting you lead me. Next, you will speak of leadership once more. I am extracting everyone's sorrow, sadness, tragedy from their internal haunt. I am in here with all of you in this poem, where we are zero, filling us with flash. I am leading you to freedom. For it was specific, your sadness, but you clung like love to it, couldn't function. You don't have to function inside here. Everyone you were sad about exists too. Find his mind. We're becoming this language. I'm leading you to where no one has to behave, because we're in the connection. Get that? We're just here. It's just being the language. And this power, one is automatically, you are power, even if you're sick. Your mind lets it out now. Here we're sticky and pliant. The unboundaried wants us to glow from zero to the whole extent, unmeasurable. So in your mind and what you might say to me, any mental vocable like, yes, it was you. Who killed him with white sticky substance on one part of his corpse near the waist, I think. We are seeing that image in the all-important zero moonlight. Hiding you a moment. Nothing has to work. There is no sad necessity. There is no necessary. Don't be a jerk in here. Come in here. And don't bother with anything else. And in it, she left me, the other one I was, but I still remember some of her stuff. I only betray her a little near the ocean inside this blackness. Someone, a girl, slightly malodorous, left too, so I'm left. Alan, are you there? I'm shaking. You're not. You're your real one now, not microcosmic, whose birthday no one's. Kaboom! After the lightning, the caw, there is another glyph for I am leading you. I, soul, am bringing you to fulfillment when we change the universe into not a bunch of pieces, but who it is. It doesn't tick, we don't, and we don't have to be flattened, cowering, overcome by our vastness. It's us, a or the. Only just is. Don't reinterpret. I know how to be stone and primary. I was told to find you and love you by you, all of you, heart of it, in the recombinatory language that makes our transformations possible, as we also stay the same thing. I am alone as I write this, and I am a soul. What is my name? At the top of the densely typed letter of an old-style typewriter addressed to me. I can never see the type, never see the writing, but I know almost everything it says. It just says leader or Samson, and then it says, once again, forget everything and begin your sense of yourself. And forget everything and begin your sense of yourself is unremembered. I'm talking to you, immortal flower. all in no time. It has been no time since we began. It just happened. Nothing happens. So what? Barely a form. What's a form for? I've changed for you. Can a soul change? Yes. And I speaking, Alan says, may I ask a question? Are you being real or imaginary? This is for the audience. Where? In the house where they don't understand yet. I'm being real. Yes, I know, thank you. I no longer have a house or degree in breath. I still breathe, but what I used to know isn't what I now am. The stars searching for nothing, raying from my face but embodied as somehow a further body or seeing by. I thus lead you so that you'd find you aren't there, but here. You are not Malatwat. Loneliness is not a quality light on the surface of the lamp-based gold reflected. But I want to remember who I was, you say. Oh, I say, just try. My name is change. And in my houseless, say for this all-encompassing dark word I change, I name, or I none, watch the demise of my daily self. Are you sorry? I don't know. Keep changing, Alan says. This is pure word. Her sister's name's Crystal. The older acquaintances want to tell you something. All the wives are here, but I'm only watching. I have so many things to do in the darkness of comprehension. Or is it disaffection, self-contained as a magnet, so that you can come to me like home? Why was everything about finding before? Listen, you don't remember wild. What calls you isn't really other. What elucidates to you in your dreams, either he says we're going to finish up today, there's nothing wrong anywhere. Though everything looks terrible, it's also familiar that the dead don't even notice. I say, whoever I am, have led you to word of origination, uncoiled and unsequential, its roots literal, and clung to by ideal and unreal, dirty, saying if you were to have a story now, but you won't, you will have something else. Don't impose on each other, don't grasp. What I've led you to vibrates like you do. You are inside, emptied, sore, but without care. What was care? There is no nurturing. I am leading you to perfect sexlessness. I am neither male nor female. Now there is another neutral, crystal, and alive. Our language is unqualified. What do we speak of? We speak, I am leading you to a bizarre loss of identity, your primary countenance or calculus. For I am neither notational, nor notional, nor polite. I am leading to a place in ourselves. I am not leading you home, and we will leave this letter, word, or glyph soon, and establish a graceful chaos to speak by in both death and life. I am, after all, leading you to language that restructures the universe not from an explosion, but from our most salient trait, our communicativeness, our cohesion. Then where is freedom? And truly to speak to each other. What can that be? I am leading you to who are you, because it's on the way in here. Everything you need to know, not how to live. It was never that. We don't have to live. We have to be who you are, storyless, and no one you've met before. Victorious. Honey, leader, honey, from the lion's body I bring you, a food or mental substance, a knowledge from the supposed realm of wordlessness, the opposite of me. Honey, leader, honey, your hair is growing around mirror shades. The only thing I see is a vibrant word. Is it a word? If I know it, flash, not reading it, saying it without saying it, with lips or brain, but being honey. You should see there's no one here but everyone. I wanted to forget them blindly when the world began again. My double honey, stark as a burnt tree when I spoke, flash, and I saw how wrong everybody had been in the old times when all we created was decorative. If I might destroy the old you, I'm extracting power from which self in order to stand for a moment above you, holding my bone club, my weapon of greeting. Hello, honey. You will not go on the way you have, your tone of voice silly and maudlin, pompous and demanding. You must now learn from this word wedge your new art. Honey, as leader, honey, I am your mind leading you. Can hear me, we stand counting nothing, not knowing numbers. Anyone forgot them to beg to be home. Here we are numb, for I've destroyed and rebirthed you, honey. You have nothing but this vibration. We are speaking almost silently. You have nothing but this opposite of what you were, this moltenness. None of you, my friend, but I've led you to your own heart, a place where no one has to know their words or counterparts anymore. Your stories were invented in dreams. Your eyes were full of unsubstantial legends you made up and attributed to the fabricated bastards, your heroes of millions. They were just you. I've ripped them out. Your soreness is freedom. Honey, leader, I'm, and learning a language from which you can know all others. Only two native speakers left, I. And the I that is taken over now shows you the grid of renewal. It's a shaky grid, the cracked syntax of an earthquake. Honey, leader, it will slow down and flow like honey after we agree to speak darkly or densely. Honey, leader, grid. This language might tear you, but you're already torn. No overlay. All language comes from here. Find it at this time, clutching the damage we came from. Its innard strings, I pull it apart, and it refigures. I'm yours. What are your verbs and nouns? I am a conglomerate of anything. I speak for a joining of the already contiguous. I am how we cohere, mind after death, pushing outward, honey, lava. I am your leader, says the language, or I the quintillion, and first, I the verb, I the noun, the pronominals. My death, I, honey, leader, honey, calls out silently to other honey. The grid flows like aftermath. I didn't ask, says the universe, to be born. And death says, I may have asked to die, but I can't. And we, the dead, don't die, living on, speaking origin, that you think of as grid. Never been such. The part of speech is to join us in mentality. I am the serenest Samson. You might know, after I destroy us, why does it begin in violence? Because you named it violence, but now you have no nervous system to hurt you. Honey, leader, honey, uncarved again with phantom pain. Today's my brother's birthday. Do I still remember everything? But it's my day, he says. I'm finally reborn, sis, honey. That's an aside or double, a twin of telepathy. We have come to the fact of a solution. Honey, leader, unnamed shapes call out that we didn't know everything to see. Now we're inside the words we catch hold of. We have never heard of governance. I tell us, I, the leader, the Samson who judged us sad and inept, trivial, washed up, smothered souls groping. You had to follow me past the store of limp-spangled dresses and weapons. My cudgel is pure, like a torch. My hair's like gray fire. Inside this honey flow, where the language is finding its nearly unfashioned form, its deeper hues, my brother's new peace, the source of our plan to go on. Leader, my shell is empty, or it's all stony, dark green. The money was nothing. The clothes were vapid. The poems of others dimming in force. The money was nothing, a joke. All the money in the world a joke. For the sorrow real, leader, honey, power's the only thing we are. An accumulation of first matter, hollow, electric, and calm. I know what it is, I say. I know where we are and are going. We are rearranging origin, its glyph and its home. We are rearranging the night plan. I, honey, leader, honey, am calling reality now. It responds to me. We are calling you to us, I, and what was once fake, the body, but is now my own malleability, the light staring. Or is it something I would recognize, just who I am? I want you to see it inside the beginning, in our composite meaning. As for the pre-beginning, honey, I pulled down the ceiling so we wouldn't have dimensions or scale. Then there was pure action and death, which is truth. I, honey, and leader, am left on the river, but I have the boat. Whoever left me for trivia, but I have the boat or leadership. The honey songs beguiling you to start again, maintaining our connection. That is our universe. We are the power. We stand in pre-power, the whole thing before the shell body. Honey, power. Wouldn't you like to act now for the sake of action, not knowing why? Without an accrued meaning, with words that don't drag leavage after them. I acted, honey, leader, honey, without any motive, for I was not enacted. And I arrange reality a certain way, that's all, with the hands of one of my bodies coincident in me. At night I arrange things without known names or shapes. Put on your ear-reel shades, honey leader, be opaque again. We are ready, everyone, everything here, inside, the connection. Last night you were with me because I was broken and good. And you say you are with me because I've got enough honey for you. Matter or mentality, becoming words for anyone in any language or stillness. We are forming entities for each other. Here in the primal blast moltenness we have arrived at, hurt from prior eons, ready for the mind or dream that acts, I birth new forms, hopeless and free. Any rock has a new name, and I have one too, honey leader, honey. What shall we do together with these new minds? And have accepted nothing, have not seen or heard it, haven't reacted, honey leader, haven't judged or been taught. We are making what we are, just that.